Happy Thursday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 436, and it is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I have a cute card for you tonight, and it is a redo of another card from a previous Facebook. I'm going to put you down in a second tier to the table, and if you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away, and I'll let you know when I am done fussing around with camera. So hold on. So hopefully everybody has had a nice week so far. I have been on vacation, a staycation, and I redid, let's see if I can maybe shoot some light. I kind of redid my stamping area a little bit, and there is a shot of my cutting station and my new stamp layout. I have over here my online exclusives and my holiday mini catalog, and then I have the current annual catalog stamp sets available. I have the embellishments and the brushes, and then all the designer series paper easily accessible for me. And so that's what I did, and I have been cutting cardstock, getting ready for an event, and I will talk about that in just a second. I am tightening up my camera holder, and I'm going to turn the light on the subject, and I rearranged my stamps in front, or my ink pads in front of me. Let me just kind of show you what I did. Well, loosen this up a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so I moved, so I have my light, and then I have my my brights, my neutrals, my regals, and my subtles, and then their current re-inkers, and then I moved. Now that over there is my Versamark and some old ink pads, so that if I have multiples, and then I have scissors and pens, and then the neutral blends. I also have some extra blends in there, and then the current in colors. And so that's what I did, and then I moved some stuff that's over here. I have the let's see, dimensionals and my scissors, and that's what I keep my crafting tools in, and then my notepads. All right, so that's kind of what I've been doing. So all right, so now we're going to tighten in again. Sorry. Just wanted to show you what I've been up to. Now, let's see. Let's get resituated. I'm going to turn that a little bit more. Show some light. There we go. My hands. Okay, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. My Instagram page is Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. And my online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. PenguinZ33@outlook.com is if you want to request a catalog, or if you want to be on my email list, so that when I have stamp camps, or if Stampin' Up is having a special going on, that I can notify you. And then also my Facebook page is Stampin' for Joy. So how this works is I record this live on my Joy A. Borwedge Facebook page. Then I take pictures of tonight's project and put it on my Instagram page, and then I hashtag it. And then I also download this on my YouTube page so that it doesn't get deleted after 30 days. And then my online store is always open. So that's how that works. Let's talk about a few things that are coming up. First of all, if you're new to Stampin' Up or just kind of checking this out, this is the annual catalog that is current. This hosts all the basic supplies. And then there's also some really fun stamp sets and sweet collections in there. Now, this is the current holiday mini catalog, and this is available from the beginning of September through the end of December. And why does it seem like it's so dark? Okay. All right. And then we also have the online exclusives. Now, this here has been a really great online exclusive launch, and this is the September. Now, what is online exclusives? Online exclusive is something that you can go into my online store and check out that launch, and then anything that is current is in the online exclusives, and it will stay there until Stampin' Up! Says we're going to not restock this product anymore, and then so it's while supplies last. So we don't know what the products and how many things are of each. So if it's put on the last chance products list, that means that Stampin' Up! Is not going to restock it anymore, and that once it's done, it goes to the discontinued list. And that means that no other things are going to be, it's not going to be available anymore. Something that Stampin' Up! Just did was they introduced the new 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Now, this is not Christmas related, but it is an Advent calendar. And what you do is you purchase the kit and it comes to you. Now, you can, it's yours. You can open all the doors, all the 12 doors, if you want at one time, or you can wait until you're supposed to start opening your 12 days of crafting. But the Advent calendar is 167335. It is $99. And what it has is it has, I don't know if you can see this in here, but there's 2 stamp sets. And it says comes with a stamp set. So I mean, it looks like there's 2 there, but I don't know. But there's going to be exclusive products that you will not find in any catalogs or the online store. So it's something that you can give to a paper crafter, and each day that person opens up, it could be, I don't know, it can be an embellishment, it could be dies, it could be paper. So this is going to be a really fun thing to check out. All right. Then something that is going on, it's going to start October 1st. If you want to join as a demonstrator, and you can, this is like the best deal I have ever seen. And this one here is our normal deal. You get to pick out $125 worth of products, and then you only pay 99 bucks. Well, in October, you pick out $125 worth of product and you only pay 35 bucks. So, I mean, like, how cool is that? Or you can pick out $189 worth of products and only pay $99. I mean, like, if you have a large wish list, this is a great time to join. And there's no restrictions, and If you decide that this is not for you, that's okay. You don't need to do what I do. You do not need to do Facebook Lives. You just need to have to meet the quarterly minimum, which, obviously there are 4 quarters in a month, and each quarter is $300. So if you want to think about $100 worth a month, roughly, so get a girlfriend or get girlfriends together and have them order. It doesn't have to be all you. So, it's a great way to get a discount on your stamping products. And there's 2 great ways to do it. So if you have any questions, contact me and let me know. Now, Stampin' Up! Is offering a craft class based upon the traditions of Christmas. So you're going to create samples, and you're going to learn exciting tips and techniques and explore new crafting opportunities with an experienced instructor during this video class. So what you do is you can purchase the class, which is 170073, and you can purchase the Traditions of Christmas Suite Collection, which is 165877. Now, if you already own that suite, that's okay. Just purchase the class. And it is October 23rd at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. But it's going to be 3 p.m. Central Time, just to kind of let you know. Now, if you don't have this suite collection, get it in my online store and then purchase that craft class. Now, you can put together the products together while you're watching the video. You can come back and watch it. Once you purchase that class, you can go back and continue to view it at your leisure. Then I want to talk about the World Card Making Day. Now, this is October 4th, and it is a free class. Now, Stampin' Up! Has said that you're going to receive a free gift once you register. Or I should say, after the class, you will receive a free gift. I don't know what that is, but there was, the last time they offered a free gift, it was a $5 off voucher for any order placed in the online store. So, this is a great way to register, get a free gift, and the reason why it's you want to register is because they're going to send you a link to check out the virtual class. Now, if you can't make it that day, that's okay. That link will be available for you to come back and view that again at your leisure. And you will still get that free gift. Now, one of the things that Stampin' Up! Is doing with this particular one is they're offering the Handmade and Heartfelt Kit. It's $32 in my online store. Now, if you want to, you do not have to, but this is what they're going to be working on. So if this is something that interests you, I would get that as you register, and then that way it comes to you in enough time so that you can get it to put it together. Now, if you do not want to get that, that's okay. You can work on your own crafting projects that's coming along. And you can hear some great tips and maybe might learn a new trick or something while they're doing that. Now, one of the cool things with this one is that it comes with a built-in organization station that will help you make and sort and be able to send your cards at ease. So once you create these cards, it'll also help you get organized to actually send them out. So check that, register, and like I said, it's a free event. You do not need to get this, but if you want to, go for it. And you'll be able to use the stamp set for other occasions. That's a great time. All right. So we all know that Halloween is coming up, so check out the Halloween in the online store. We have the Spooky Sweet Suite, which is this. It is so fun. I've seen so many cute things with it. And then also the Spooky Kit that's coming, or that's available. It's a sweet and spooky kit. It comes with everything that you need to make these cute little milk carton treat boxes. So check those out in the online store. And then just wanted to share that this is the Standing Together stamp set. This is a stamp set that is called Love and Courage. And with this purchase, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to breast cancer awareness organizations. So check that out. And then the last chance list, check that out for products that are going to be obsolete, or I should say not obsolete, but you will not be able to purchase them. So this is the last chance. This is the last ditch effort, and you get to save up to, I believe, 70% on some of the things. All right. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Happy Thursday. All right. So, as I mentioned before, I have been working on getting my, oops, wrong one. I want to get this one first. I have been working on getting prepping cut for the in-person event, which is at Saturday, November 1st, and I'm going to do a flyby of the card that we're going to be making. That happens to be a fun fold, and I've already done chopping that one up. So registration is available at www.thestampinevent.com, and you get to make 16 handmade cards, all made by you, and this comes as a great way to get cards done. You don't have to come up with the design. You don't have to do any of the cutting. All that's done for you. All you come, you do, you stamp, you put together, and then you leave with 16 handmade cards. Also, there's quite a bit of retired product at a deep discount ready for sale. And then Heidi and I are putting on an event. This is the virtual event. This is for anybody who, let's see, anybody actually. You could be somebody who lives 2 blocks down from me, and you could still order the virtual kit. I mean, we've had people from New York and Louisiana and California and Illinois and Iowa, so all over. So check this out. Here is a card that we're going to be making at the virtual event. So check that out. It's Saturday, November 15th. And we actually make 8 videos, and we play them. We stop, pause, whatever we need to do. And if you can't make it that 15th, we'll also send you those videos in an email, so then that way you can come back and rewatch them. You can stop, pause, and rewatch. So that's great. And then, so tonight is a card that we're recreating, and this happens to be Facebook Live and number 24. So I have been revisiting my previous Facebook Lives, and what I have done is, let's see, there we go. I have been taking the videos because Facebook Lives do not stay longer than 30 days, and so I've been going back. I mean, like, this is number 436. So Facebook allows my Facebook Lives to live only 30 days, and then they delete it. So I've been revisiting, and so now this is a fun fold, and I am not going to show you any further than this, and we're going to create another card based upon this card. So let's show you the products that I'm going to be using, And we are going to be using the Beautiful Butterflies. These are an online exclusive stamp set. Now, these were sold as a bundle, and they were in a spring mini catalog, and I really love the butterflies that coordinate with this. Now, this is a 2-pager for the dies. What that means is that everything that's missing is on this page, and we're using a lot of them. And so I'm going to show you a card based upon that. And then we're also going to be using the Beautiful Bokeh. And this is a designer series paper. It is in the catalog. Now, that's something that Stampin' Up! Did this catalog change, is that they put in several designer series paper products that they moved over from a catalog. Normally, they retire them right away. And so this one was in that spring mini catalog, and it moved over. So the stamp bundle, this actually used to be a suite, and so this is the designer series paper. And the bokeh means it's kind of like the lights. And so the colors that coordinate with this are Balmy Blue, Berry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Light, and Fresh Freesia. And this happens to be something kind of more light, and I was not looking for Christmas. I was not looking for fall. Even though I've been playing with that product and I've been cutting it up, I wanted something different. So I've been, I've been getting up anywhere between 8:30 and 11 all week, and then going to bed between 1 and 3 a.m. all week. And so I've been, like I said, cutting up cardstock. And so today, here are the things that we're going to be using for this particular round. So I have a piece of Fresh Freesia, which is that Fresh Freesia? I think it is. That's just a piece of scrap. And then, let's see, that might be, that's not Fresh Freesia. Nope. So, let's see. That is Highland Heather. So, that is a piece of Highland Heather. And we have a piece of Berry Burst. And so these are scraps. Then we have a piece of that designer series paper, which is 4x3. So how are you doing this week, Tina? Then we have a piece of designer series paper, 3x2. And then a piece of, now this is also a scrap. This is basic white. It is 4x1. And then the designer series paper. This is the Beautiful Bokeh still. And I love kind of like the splatters on this. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So we have 3 colors of that designer series paper. This is Berry Burst, and it is 8 inches long by 5 1/4, and I scored it at, is that right? Yeah, 4. I'm sorry. And then I have a piece of basic white, and this is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/4. All right, so I am just going to leave this here for a second. I'm going to take a drink, and then that way you can come back, recreate this card using the products that you already own on hand. All right. All right. Okay. So we're going to take these off. And we're going to do some die cutting, but first I want to stamp a little bit. Okay, so this piece right here is actually going to open up the wrong way. Okay, so that's going to be the inside. This is going to be our, you can see I have all these dies that I'm going to be using. This is my magnetic sheet that I keep on my desk so that when I get done with my dies, I put them back on here until I'm ready to put them back in their cases. And then it allows me to move to another spot on my table and not think that I'm going to lose something. All right, so we're going to die cut. Actually, let me organize my thought processes here. Okay, so this is actually going to be just left alone for now. And then we're gonna, I love the fact that Stampin' Up! Gave us 2 of these butterflies so that we can, now if you hear screaming children, we have a park that is across the way from our parking lot, and it faces, it allows them to scream dramatically, and it comes directly into here. That's one thing about having the air conditioning on, is that you didn't hear all the screaming when it was hot, but it's nice out right now. All right, so this here, we're going to use that, and this is going to go here, and we're going to stamp on this and then cut that out, and then we're going to die cut that. All right, so now that we got all our die cut stuff ready, I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're going to use Fresh Freesia and Berry Burst as our ink pads. And I am going to grab Berry Burst, and we're going to stamp. We're going to make this a birthday card so that whoever wins this card will be able to use it. And I also want to let you know that I have sent out quite a bit of Happy Mail for the Facebook winners. What that means is if you do a thumbs up or a heart, that gets your name entered into the drawing to win the card that I create today. And if you if you leave a comment, all you have to do is say hi, and that will get you entered into the drawing. And if you, well, I got some on there, right on the corner. All right, so if you leave a comment, that'll get you entered. Now, if you leave a comment, say like 10 times, you only get entered once. I had somebody ask me that. I'm like, no, sorry. And then if you share this on your timeline, you get entered 2 times. Number 1, you're really helping me out by getting my name out there. And Facebook likes it when you talk to me, when you leave a comment, when you share this on your timeline. It just shows Facebook that you appreciate me, and they'll allow my oh, and I missed. Oh. I missed my inner piece. Sorry about that. Okay, so this happens to be 4 1/4 long and 2 3/4 wide. Okay, so that's going to fit in here. And so anyways, So by doing all of that, it just shows that Stampin', you know, it shows Facebook that I'm entertaining enough, and they'll show my Facebook's more. All the analytics and all that stuff. Gosh darn it, I did that wrong. Oh, that's not what I wanted. All right. Okay, so clean. Luckily, I realized I actually had originally planned that to be fresh freesia, but where's the butterfly? There we go. This is fresh freesia, so we're going to stamp off so that it's first generation. Now it's going to go second generation, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to close that up. This is actually an easy card, but it's a very cool layout, and it's a wow, whoever receives it. Okay, and also the reason why I like doing this type of card is that you don't have to write a book. And just think, if you did this card for like a Christmas card, it would be very quick, very simple, and also it's a great way to put a picture in there. And I can always show you that. We're going to grab my Stampin' Seal. When I used to live in my house, I had, in the beginning of this video where I showed you my thing that I keep my tools on, or in, I had it to the right. And then when I moved here, for a long time I had my tools over there. And so now I moved them back over there. Because I changed my paper, I need more space at the end of my table over that way so I can pull out my 12 by 12. So that's what I did. And I made a boo-boo, just a small one. We're going to use this back side. And let's see here. This is my first Facebook Live since I redesigned my table, or reorganized my table. All right, I wanted to do one more butterfly. Kind of stamp off, and then coming in. Okay, there we go. So, here we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so then that's the actual inside of the card. And then we're going to close that ink pad up before I drop it on something. And we're going to add this piece. Okay, I think we're done stamping, so we're going to get rid of the Stampin' Pearson mat and grab the silicone mat, because I tend to overshoot with my Stampin' Seal. And there we go. That is, I just love kind of like the speckle look of this Designer Series paper. All right, so we're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I shall be right back. Okay, so we have platform number 1. There's the 1 right there. And then number 2, adapter. And then we have a really loved cutting plate. And so the first one we're going to do is going to be the big butterfly. Okay, and I'm going to try to work it about right there. And so we're only going to put, let's see, We're only going to put the, I'm going to have to grab my Post-it note. There we go. I have a bunch of Post-it notes, but I just don't want this to move on me. Oops. And we're going to put that right in there. And I don't want it to move, so I'm just going to kind of get rid of those, put those back, and we're going to put the plate on only kind of to the edge. And so we're going to just kind of push that through. And then we'll pull that out. I just didn't want it to put like an indent on the other side of the card. Okay, so now I can keep this butterfly for something else. And I'm going to move this. I'm right-handed, so I load right-handed. All right, so then now we're done with this one. So the big guy goes over there. And we're going to put that butterfly right there. And then the butterfly with the antenna goes right there. And the Highland Heather. Now I could have gone with Fresh Freesia, but I wanted a darker purple. And let's see here. So we're going to go with that one. And there's a little, this way I can, actually let's cut that off. That way I can save this piece for another butterfly. And we'll put this piece. This die comes with this set. And I love the fact that we have long, skinny dies. And that's going to go just right there. Okay, so we're going to put that last plate on. And we're going to roll it through. Now that cracking that you heard was because I made a kind of a mistake. And I mean, it's not a really bad mistake, but you hear less cracking if this would have gone straight in that way. Because when you have a flat surface going straight in, that's where you hear that cracking. If I would have had that at a slight angle, you would have not heard of that. And it puts less pressure on the rollers as you put it through the machine. All right. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. And that butterfly has nothing inside. Oops. I'm going to use our people poker and poke out. I like to make sure my dies are clean when I take them off, because that way I set a precedent saying that my dies are clean when I first get them when I go to use them again, so then I know they're actually clean. All right, so there's my cute little butterflies, and here are the bodies. That one just wanted to stay. All right, so these two little guys, they're so small. I'm just going to put them on the magnetic sheet so I don't lose them. I mean, it's so easy to throw them away. I mean, all right, so then here we go. Just poke that head, and there's the body for that one. And here we go, the mess maker. You can just tap it a couple times, poke all the parts out, And I guess I'll have to grab my brush, my die brush. All right. So I'll grab my die brush. That'll be just a second. All right. So then now I'm going to take this and grab my, I might have to move that back because I'm not used to my tools being over to the left now. But like I said, I need less stuff over that way, over to my right, because every time I pull out 12 by 12 paper, I'll have to move stuff, and I don't want to do that. All right. Okay, so we're going to come back in, and we're going to shorten this. So I'll show you. That looks good to me, and it fits right in those embossed edges. And now we're going to put this at a diagonal so you'll hear the difference. So no cracking. Okay, so that's the difference about having your die with a flat edge going straight in. That's where you'll hear all that cracking sound and putting that pressure on your rollers. And then we shortened that greeting. And you can do that with every die if it works. And I like to do this a lot to make it fit my purpose. Okay, so we're done with the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. And now we're going to clean out. I keep my die brush. Now when you purchase the die brush, it comes just like this with one of these. I actually have 3 of them just because I really, really love the die brush. So I actually have 2 take your pick tools because one, I just leave it in here like this. I have the putty end piece, so I always know where it's at, and then the people poker. Well, because it's generally covered up, I let them loose. All right, so then I just roll it and get all the little parts and pieces out of my die. And I think, and it's kind of a way for me to keep it clean as well. When I do mass cutting and mass embossing, I had, let's see, 60 kits to prep for. I've done 2 of them. So when I do a lot of die cutting, I'll do it in here and I'll dump the mess, and I'll do it in here, you know, and it's a great way to keep your surface clean. And I just keep it, dump it, and like after tonight, I'll just brush it over to the edge, and there's really not enough for me to just dump this out. I'll get a little bit more, and then I just cover it up. Because I used to have a cat that loved anything foam, and Lois has been gone for a really long time, but I'm not giving any other cat a reason to want to go looking for foam products in my craft room. Okay, so this piece we're going to save. We're going to put that in the bin. Okay, so this is where we're at. So this is the inside of the card, and like I said, we're actually putting this in the wrong way. And we're going to put this in our inside. Now this, like I said, this would be a great Christmas card. So what you could do is, instead of putting a stamped image here, you could put a photo, and then put any type of die cut right here. You could do like one of those large die cut, say from the botanical. You could do like a frame. You can do the textured note dies, or you can use, let's see, where's the other one? There we go. The branching out dies. So you could put like a really cool frame, you know, cut this out here, and then put a Christmas picture in, and then have your greeting on the inside. So that would be kind of a fun way to incorporate a card and a Christmas picture. Or you could do a Christmas thing here and then put, well, actually I think the photo would be the fun thing, seen through kind of like a window. And then there we go. Okay, so we're going to grab the silicone craft sheet, and I'm going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat again, and I always forget to do this. So I'm going to lay my Wink of Stella down, and I am going to brush on the Wink of Stella on my butterfly, except for the main piece there. So like I said, I'm laying it down to kind of get more coverage and less on the Stampin' Pearson mat. But I didn't want to do it on the card. I always forget to do this, but when I made my sample card, I didn't do this. And then I, in my card, kind of like doing this, I'm like, I looked over to the dimensionals, and I'm like, Wink of Stella. So I put the Wink of Stella sitting right next to my Stampin' Seal, so I would know, duh, use that. Okay, so then this guy is going to, let's see here. I think I used glue. Okay, so then we're going to take, my friend Carolyn gave me this, and I mean, I gotta have it, right? It's my name. It's Joy's Glue. All right, so then the butterfly, we'll just do a little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to keep my lid over there, and then we'll have that there for a moment, and then we're going to actually put the butterfly bodies the correct way up, and then we're going to put a little bit of glue down, just like a line, or kind of like a dot, and then smear it with the tip of the nose. Grab my take your pick tool, and I should put the people poker lid back on. Grab my butterfly. There we go. And put that in there. I like the fact that Stampin' Up! Allowed the bodies to be separate, so you can do them at different colors. Okay, so then now let's put that on. So we're going to close that up, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right in there. Come on. Maybe that needs to go up a little bit more. Yep. How do I fix that? So what I did is when I made this card the first time around, dang nabbit, I put the butterfly in first without the body and then added the body. Darn it, darn it. Oh, I just ruined it. Well then, let's do that over. Okay then. I didn't see that coming. All right, let's clean that off. There we go. Okay. That'll be an easy fix. So my butterfly got ripped. So we'll have to just move that over. Luckily, I have more paper. And let's see here. This is how I do my paper. All the full sheets are on the front, and then all my partial sheets are on the back. So let's see if I happen. Carolyn, hi. I made a boo-boo and now I have to go fix it. All right, let's see. I wonder if that'll fit. Nope. Nope, nope. All right. We'll have to take this and go cut another flutterby. And I shall be back. All right, so I am going to go die cut that in just a second. And then I need another piece of berry burst. So this is how I store my scraps. That's okay, Carolyn. No biggie. I forgot to send you a message. I was going on late, I was going on anyways. So this is how I store my scraps. These are the old stamp cases when we had wood mount stamps. And you could buy them. And so what I did is I bought 2 for each family. And so this is in alphabetical order. This sits on the right, the left side, and then the next 5 sit on the right side. And so anything that is less than a quarter sheet of cardstock goes in here. And I always check this first so that I don't break into a full sheet. Okay, so then we need the big body. And I shall be right back. I'm not bringing the Stampin' Cut and Boss machine. Did you miss any sneak peeks? I showed the 2 cards. I did flybys of the in-person, and then this is the virtual event flyby for the one that's for November 15th. All right, I shall be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, I am back, and we're going to grab the die brush again, and we're going to put that in there, and then we'll have all our bits in my little garbage trash. Here, sometimes, it did it. Sometimes when you drop your dies, especially on the glass mat, they save. They come right out. I love a Pampered Chef scraper. So I have actually got, let's see. So I have everything designed, my 3 cards designed for the in-person event. I have 2 of those cut, and the kits are already kitted. So here is one all cut up, and here's another one all cut up. And so then I need to put together tonight. Let's see, I have one. Wait, no, I already did that. As I say, I have one to kit, but I already did that. So then what I do is I just take this, I take my Pampered Chef scraper, and I go like that. And then I take this all out, and then I dump that in my recycling. And then that is how I keep that all nice and tidy. And then, but anyways, and I have my 4 cards designed for the virtual event. And then I haven't cut anything for those yet. But I need to get my invitation ready for my stamp camp, because that's going to be the weekend of October 11th, whatever weekend that is. And I have to get the invitation sent out for that, created and sent out. And then I have 2 cards that I have the ideas for. I haven't designed anything for that. Okay, so we're done. Yeah, you're going to want to kind of come back to my the beginning of this, because I showed my I reorganized my stamp stuff. So we're gonna, I wasted all that Winkostella. That makes me grumpy. All right, so we're gonna lay this down on the side, and we're going to Winkostella this little butterfly up. And we're not going to do, now this is Designer Series paper, so you kind of want to be careful. You don't want to be too harsh with it. And I'm not going to put any Winkostella down the body, because we're going to be covering that up. So far for the stamp camp, I got, like I said, I got 2 card ideas, but I need to put them to, one's going to be a gift card holder, or it could be a photo. So I'm making it optional, because I don't want somebody to say, well, I don't like to give gift cards, and then not want to come to the stamp camp. But, all right, so we're going to flip that little butterfly around, and we're going to put glue on it. We're going to do this how I originally designed it, because I want to put the butterfly in here, and then put the body let's put the glue down there. There we go. And then put the body straight up, and then grab it by its head with the putty part, and then put that in there. Don't do it like I did the original or the first time around, because that's not the way to do it. Okay, so then this butterfly, now that looks like that. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, then this little butterfly is going to get a mini glue dot, and I'm going to take off the lid of my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to roll that up so it's kind of a little elevated, but not really. That's going to go down there. And then this one, okay, there we go. Again, like that. And don't want to go the exact same way. Yeah, I've been going to bed I've been getting up between 8:30 and 11 every day this week, and then going to bed between 1 and 3. One day I went and sat out on the deck for a little while and probably for like an hour and a half, and just sat there and just enjoyed being outside. Okay. So then we're going to kind of come in here with the Wink of Stella on the bird, or the bird body, on the butterfly body. And I am thinking that I didn't do this in the beginning, so I'm thinking I am going to put a little bit of dimensionals on the butterfly wings. And the reason why I say that is because it's Wink of Stella, and it looks like it's heavy. And I want the wings to be up a little bit. So let's fix that a little bit so it doesn't look like it's drowning. Okay. All right, so let's put a little lift up there. That one's a little chunky, so I might cut a little bit off of that one. Actually, we'll stick that one on this side. There we go. A little bit of lift. A little bit. And then it'll kind of hang out a little bit to there. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, then we're going to grab the regular dimensionals, and we're going to put on back side. Get back over here. Okay, so stab and grab those backings. And that is going to go, I mean, the front is kind of plain, and that's okay. Because all the excitement is on the inside. Now we're going to be using this Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. These are a little flat. I like them that way. So they're not rounded is what I'm trying to say. And then we're going to put the lid back on the People Poker and grab, I'm going to do a large one in the corner. And that's got a little sticky something something. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I didn't put it back, so I didn't know where it was. There we go. Okay, so then now we're going to grab another one, put that right there, and then we're going to grab a small one and put that kind of like right up there. So 1, 2, and 3. Creating a triangle, which is pleasing to the eye. And again, 1, 2, 3. It's pleasing to the eye. And then when you open that up, that is only 2, but that's okay. Basically, we don't have any more more space to put them. And then we're actually going to, these are the little butterfly dots that we stamped earlier. And we're just going to put a little Wink of Stella on them. Kind of repeating the front. We're bringing the front to the inside a little bit. No naked insides, right? Just like the envelopes. I said naked envelopes, sorry. All right. Then we'll just do the bodies of these guys. All right, so what do you think? Okay, so let me put the glue back on my glue holder. Yes, I am casing an old design. I'm going to bring that out in just a second here. Okay, so this is, I'm going to get rid of my ornament and put my stuff away, kinda. Where does that go? Right there and right there. So where is my, okay, so the original card is this one, and this is Facebook Live number 24. So we opened it up, and this is felt, and so this is from like years and years and years ago. And then the inside of the card, and there's a little bit of Wink of Stella on there. So this is the updated version from a Christmas idea to a non-Christmas idea, and using something that I took a layout, which was me, and I recreated it. So you can certainly take a layout and recreate it into something new and refreshing. So you can win this card. And how might you do that? And just to let you know, people, I just put in the mailbox yesterday new Facebook Lives. So to win this card, you have to get entered. So do a thumbs up or a heart. That gets me, that gets you entered into the drawing to win this beautiful card. Then leave a comment. If you have been watching me and you've never won a card, let me know where you're from. Say, I'm from Kansas City, and I've watched you before this, but this is the first time I've left a comment. You know, something like that. Or you could just say hi, and that gets you entered into the drawing to win this card. You don't have to buy anything. And then if you share this on your timeline, you get to get entered 2 times. And that really helps me, and that tells Facebook to push my video. You know, I mean, I see people like with 300 people watching them. I'd be fine with 10. So it would get my name out there. And maybe on your timeline, you might have a friend that hasn't really touched their crafting supplies in a while. Maybe seeing this video might actually inspire them to do that. And maybe make somebody's day by actually mailing their creation. So I just want to say thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Thursday evening. And I will be back on Sunday after 5 o'clock. And you guys have a great weekend. And happy stamping.